Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wicked Funny Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Bowden. With me, as always, Frank Gazero.
Hello.
How are you, Frank?
I am tremendous.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
great. That's great. I have hated Frank more than usual today because he has turned my life into a complete fucking disarray over the past 24 hours. I want to punch him in the stomach. What say you, Frank?
I don't know. I'm just kind of doing my thing
Yeah,
over here.
you went extra hard doing your fucking thing.
All I've done today, I was so stressed out with work. That's all I did. And then I had to work late, and we had to reschedule a new recording, and I caused all kinds of chaos. All for a good cause, though.
No, it was not for a good cause. It
Hmm.
caused me aggravation. My aggravation is not a good fucking cause.
Well, it wasn't
That
for that reason.
that's what it caused.
That was a
So
byproduct, though. Yeah.
it was your product, Frank. It was your product.
Yes.
It was. It was. You fucked me out of 2 hours of my life
How?
because we had to push this back 2 hours so you could watch fucking Saved by the Bell.
So, what did you do for the last 2 hours?
I prepared for this fucking episode.
Really?
I worked, yes, and I played video games.
How much of that time did you spend preparing for the episode?
All of it. All of it.
During the video games?
During the video games, yes. I kept thinking, what are creative ways for me to yell at Frank today?
All right. Are you still 2,500?
Yes, I am. I have not played competitive open queue since I made platinum.
Tremendous.
Yep. That's how Daddy does it, baby.
All right.
Yes, I want to officially thank everybody that wished me a happy birthday again. Because now they're starting to come in. I've noticed if you don't have your birthday, I took my birthday off Facebook this year, and
How do
nobody.
you do that? Like just from
It's
your profile or
it's in
whatever?
the settings, Frank. Facebook is an app that we use.
Yeah, no, I'm
Um,
familiar.
yeah, it's in the settings section. And I took off my birthday, and I didn't have to go through and like everybody that wished me a happy birthday while they were taking a shit.
Well, that's pretty good. I never know what to do when that happens. I always feel bad because I know, really, the way Facebook loads the fucking comments now makes me crazy. Because it'll
Yep.
only show you a few, and then it says show more. You hit it, and then it'll say, "Do you want to see all of them?" It's like just I hit the button, show me. So then I always feel like I'm gonna miss the comments. I can't like them all, and then I feel guilty.
Yeah, no, I went back and I would like everyone that I got. But yeah, low key this year, low key. It was
That's
a low
good. You
key
didn't do
year.
anything.
No, I went out. My mom took me to an hibachi place. We had like a family hibachi dinner. I had like I'm not good with my birthday. I'm not good with it. It's been in episodes of the past. We've discussed it at great length. But this year I handled it all right. I did okay.
Good.
Yeah, yeah. My mom had a family thing at hibachi, which was fucking fantastic. My son loved hibachi. He loved the
Had he
hibachi.
has had he been to one before?
No, I have been before. My son has never been to a hibachi place.
So it
Neither
was
has
the
my
first time
mom.
seeing the flipping and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. My mom, my Auntie Fran, blown away by the hibachi place.
Yeah.
Auntie Fran couldn't get whenever the guy fucking hit the knife against the thing or the fucking spatula, she fucking clapped. It was tremendous. It was great.
That's gotta feel good for the guy or the woman or whoever doing it because some people probably just sit there like bumps on a log, you know.
You know what? A lot of them do. I get into it when I go when I can. I find that energy, and I
Yeah,
and
because
I.
they're performing for you.
It's a performance. We had a round eye as a hibachi chef.
A round eye.
We had a round. We had that's what they call them in the biz.
You
We
should
had
have
a
you should have walked right up to him and said, "With all due respect, sir, go fuck yourself.
yeah.
Bring me a real hibachi chef."
I want the real thing. This is the second time I've been to this place. The
Yeah.
first time it was the guy. It was an African American hibachi chef, and then this time it was It was a round eye,
Are they
and
at least like? Is there some like old Japanese guy overseeing them?
not where I can see. They did have a guy walking around that was dressed differently than all the other hibachi chefs. All the other ones were wearing white, but this guy was wearing black. He was like the pit boss. He was like,
It's like John Kreese.
yeah, he's like, make sure you catch the egg in your hat, right? Catch the guy that we had, like, they got the hibachi chefs that have the jokes, and then I feel like there are guys that specialize in the flippy doos. The guy that we had specialized in the flippy doos. Wasn't really good with the jokes. He tried a couple, but I mean, when you're sitting in front of world class comedian Frank,
Oh, I
yeah,
know. What are you gonna do?
I entertained him. He said something to my son. He goes, if you don't go to college, you can always be a hibachi chef. And my son goes, wouldn't you just have to go to hibachi college? And then I go, yeah, he studies hibachi anatomy.
Jesus Christ.
But then my son jumps on and he goes, how about geometry? Right? You learn
Wow.
where the vegetables are. And then we just started making hibachi puns the rest of the fucking night. And it was
Well,
it
that's
was
good.
great. It was fun. It was a good time.
What do they do for a birthday at a hibachi place?
Well, my mom thinks it's like fucking Chuck E. Cheese going in. What they do is they did have a cake. They brought out a cake, and they have two authentics with tambourines, and then a round eye with a drum.
That
And
that's the name of a band I'm gonna start. The Authentics.
the authentics.
Yeah.
So the authentics got the tambourines, the round eyes got the drum, and then it's like the Chili song, but they're fucking beating the shit out of this
The baby
drum.
back ribs.
No, Applebee's. Did I say Chili's?
Yeah.
Oh no, that would have been great if they were like birthdays, hibachi grill.
I was gonna say like that's kind of a lot for a hibachi place. That's a big production if they're doing harmonies and shit.
Hibachi grill, hibachi grill, hibachi grill, hibachi grill, hibachi grill, hibachi grill. Hibachi for your birthday.
That'd be sweet.
That'd be great. No, but they're just like, happy birthday to you. And they're just banging these fucking drums and shit. It was a circus. But my mom, before we went, she goes, do you think they'll allow a cake into the hibachi place? And I said, yeah, I've seen people have birthdays there. They have a cake and a song and everything. She goes, okay. So I take my son. We meet at my mom's house to get my mom, my dad, and my auntie Fran, and we're all getting ready to go. And my mom goes, "Okay, you guys ready?" And she's holding balloons. She's holding balloons, and I said, "Mom, you can't. We're not bringing the balloons." And she goes, "Okay." And I go, "Just the cake, Ma." She goes, "Okay." Then I kind of walk outside, and she's inside the house going, "All right, we'll meet you there." And I'm like, "We can all leave together, Mom," because I know she's fucking getting things. She's getting
Yeah.
things, right? I see her. She's holding plates and napkins and stuff. And I'm like,
Why?
"Mom, we're going to a restaurant. They have that. I don't need happy birthday plates at the hibachi place." And then she starts yelling. She's like, "Just get in the car and go," because she wants to decorate fucking hibachi.
Yeah.
And I appreciate all that. I do. But, Josephine can go overboard. My mom can go crazy with
Did you guys
balloons.
walk in together?
Yeah, when we all walked in together
I,
with the cake, with the fucking cake, Frank. I held my own cake walking into the place.
so what's there's a lot of things about this that make me I think it's funny. So normally when there's a party at a place like that, somebody shows up first and they set it up. The cake's already there, the decorations are already there, and then the guest of honor shows up and it's a surprise or something like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen someone be like, "It's my birthday today, so I'm walking around with a bunch of balloons," because that's what it probably looked like. It probably looked like you just walk around with balloons on your birthday.
I texted my mom on the way there. I texted her. I said, "I appreciate everything you're going to do, but just bring the cake inside." And when we got there, she was holding a bag outside the car. And when I made eye contact with her, she put it back in the trunk. She put the bag back, cake only, into the hibachi place.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was a lemon cake. That was another thing, kind of threw
A
me for a
lemon
loop.
cake.
It was like a lemon. It
Was
was
she
like a
mad at you?
lemony. I don't know. I was like, when have I ever wanted a lemon fucking cake?
Yeah. I mean, a lemon cake's one of those things that when I've had it, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. but I've never been like, oh, I could go for a
Yeah,
lemon
like I
cake.
appreciated the cake, and I liked that it was something different.
Yeah, they
Uh,
taste good, but it's weird.
yeah, yeah. But ADHD first thought when she goes, "How's the cake?" I said, "What made you get lemon? What made you get lemon cake?"
Yeah, it's sour.
Yeah.
It's a sour cake.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. You need like a chocolate or like a white cake, or
I don't like chocolate cake.
you don't like chocolate cake, or
I
you
don't
don't
like
prefer it.
chocolate cake. I don't like cake. I'm not a cake guy. We've done this.
So
I
you
don't like
take a bite of chocolate cake, you're like, this is gross.
I spit it out on the fucking ground. I wouldn't even take the bite of it. If somebody offered me chocolate cake, I slap the plate right out of their fucking hand and
What would
tell
you
them to go
prefer for
fuck
your
them.
birthday?
I like dude. Honestly, when my ex and me broke up, this is gonna sound ridiculous. I I got a, you know how Chef Duff had his special cakes.
Yeah.
I got a purple rain cake. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe one day somebody will make this for me for my birthday, and that'll be a cool thing to have. It expired years ago. It expired years and years ago, and I still have the Purple Rain cake mix.
Oh,
Mm.
wait, like he sold it?
Yeah, like it's a purple and white cake. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool. It's definitely probably stale now.
yeah.
So,
No, no, no. It's not already made. It's like a cake mix.
yeah, I know. I think sometimes those go bad depending on the. Check the date on the box.
I keep it for nostalgic reasons. I think at this point.
Why don't you make it though?
I don't know. I never just got to that point where I would make it. I even got purple frosting.
You should make it.
Maybe I will, Frank, and we'll all eat a piece together and die because it's expired cake mix.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah,
be fine.
yeah. You know what I did get? Uh, the new lady that I've been talking to, very nice. She got me a fucking.
Where'd you meet her? At the bus station?
She's a very nice lady. We met at the bus station. I can't get into it until Katie comes on. That'll be next week. That'll
we
be next
talk.
week.
We talk whenever I'm at the bus stop. We
We
sit
talk
on the
whenever
bench.
I'm at
How
the
you
bus.
doing?
Very
Enjoying
nice
your
lady.
coffee?
We play checkers in the park together. Very nice. No, she goes, I want to stop over. She got me a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex fucking purple and green jimmied donut cake.
Cool.
Yeah, it was fucking dope as shit. Ate it for days.
So it's a cake built out of donuts, right? That's what that
No,
is.
the whole cake is a donut.
It's one giant donut?
It's one giant fucking donut. Yeah.
Oh, I
This
thought it was like constructed of donuts.
No, no, fuck that. That's what cupcakes started to do, and they can go fuck themselves all the way off. At cupcakes is I think one of the worst cakes. A
See,
cupcake.
so I don't I what I like about what I think cupcakes do right is it pretty much guarantees you have the appropriate amount of frosting in every bite. You know?
Yeah, but
So
they've gone overboard, Frank. They've gone fucking overboard.
how? What have they done that's just too far?
That's the donut cake, Frank.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, see, it looks like a donut.
Yeah.
It's a cake.
Yeah.
Tyrannosaurus. Um, because they got too fancy. They got too fancy. Like if you ever eat a cup, I just want a fucking cupcake. I don't want a cupcake that has bells and whistles hanging on it, that has a cookie on top with more frosting, that has a Rice Krispie treat on top of that, and it's served. Fuck that. It's like
Well,
I
yeah.
want it's something I can take a bite of.
Yeah, if you need a fork to eat the cupcake,
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
it's fucked up. You shouldn't need that. It's like I get pissed off with cheeseburgers when they're like, "Oh, here's an inch and a half thick, 2-inch thick cheeseburger full of toppings," and you can't open your mouth wide enough. At that point, it just becomes something you have to eat with a fork and knife.
Yeah,
It's too big to fit in your mouth. It's a
exactly. I'm
dumb
glad
thing
we're on
to
the
do.
same page about fucking
Yeah.
cupcakes.
I think the only cake I ever had that I truly craved, and still think about was the cake from my first wedding. I don't remember the name of the baker. It was some lady we went to see, but it
Ask
was
Kirsten. She knows.
yeah,
Ask
but
your
it was
wife.
the best fucking cake, and we brought home a huge amount of it because we didn't go through it all, and we had it in the freezer for like 2 months or something, and I would just eat it. I just ate the fuck out of that cake.
Did you save the top for the 1 year anniversary?
No,
That's a
Yeah.
lot of space in a freezer.
It's a lot of space. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot of space.
Yeah. Just, we'll get another fucking cake.
Yeah, and really,
Uh,
it's not going to be as good as a fresh cake.
no. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no point in
So,
doing
yeah. So I did that on my birthday. It was a bocce night. Got a donut cake. It was great. Went to
it. That's
Dave
pretty good.
Matthews with my friends. It was a good time. It
You
was,
went to Dave Matthews.
yeah, yeah. It wasn't a birthday thing. We just all go. We all go. We all go to Dave
How
Matthews.
was that?
It was good. I've seen better shows. I will tell you this: the fucking parking at the Xfinity Center in Mansfield is an absolute shit show and a half.
Oh, it's chaos.
It's beyond chaos, Frank. I
Yeah,
wrote a review. I wrote a fucking review.
like on a website.
Yes.
Don't you remember though when we went to see the Dead there? It was challenging, but it wasn't the worst I've seen.
Yeah, but if you remember at the Dead, we left at the Encore, so we didn't have to sit in that shit.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we?
We did, because I'm a genius.
Yeah. So what's your review say?
It says this. I'm glad you asked. I think this is all of it. Concert was fine. Seeing Dave.
Not good, not great.
Concert
It
was.
was it was satisfactory.
It was good. It was all right. Uh, Concert was fine. See Dave Matthews 100 times. It was okay. However, the parking situation in Mansfield, Massachusetts, Xfinity Center is an absolute abortion and needs to be stopped. Cars are parked too close together to tailgate. Groups are packed and cars can't even pull out. I watched some dude in an SUV do a 5-point turn to get out of a parking spot. Exiting the lot is the most unbearable, most inefficient process I've ever been through. It takes about an hour and a half. When you pull into the parking lot, there's an army of people in neon vests yelling at you to park, but there's nobody to be found when it comes time to leave. It's the worst. Someone needs to bomb this parking lot and start from the ground up, or at least find some type of efficient system. That was my review of the parking lot.
That is a bold review.
It is a bold review because I'm passionate about that place. Passionate about the parking situation at Mansfield. It is a fucking shit show and a half.
I think part of the issue is there's a gigantic parking lot, but then there's an equally gigantic there's just fields that aren't actual parking lots. So you get the feeling that depending on the show and what they expect, they set it up differently. So there's no smooth way in or out. It's
That's the thing. There is no smooth way in or out. I mean, if you can picture this thing, it's a giant parking lot, but then within that parking lot, they have smaller parking lots, and all those smaller parking lots all merge into 2 lanes. That's it.
Yeah.
2 lanes. Two
And it's
lanes.
not Yeah, and it's not even in an organized way. It's like
Yeah.
because you have all these sub parking lots and then fields of grass around the edges, and the roads in to the 2 lanes might come from every direction. So you have people doing these weird 45-degree turns, and other
Yeah.
people are merging
So you
nicely.
merge from your parking lot into 2 lanes, and then you merge from those 2 lanes into 3 lanes with another set of parking lot that's doing the same dumb fucking thing that you're doing. It's fucking atrocious. It's
Yeah,
the fucking worst, and it needs
and
to stop.
it's not on. It's technically off the highway, but it's really just on a street in a town. It's not on It's a main road, but it's not a highway at all.
Yeah,
So that means it's surrounded by houses, and up and down the road that it's on, which is only a 2 lane road. A lot of people with big yards open it up for parking during big events, so you
yeah.
can pay
It's like
$20
I
to
don't,
park
I
your car
don't
there.
mind. I know you're gonna sit in some traffic, but this is fucking outrageous.
Yeah, it's bananas. So then, even when you get to the street, there's people coming out of those other makeshift lots. And if you're in the wrong lane, then forget it. You're never going to get on the highway.
You're never getting home. You're never getting home.
Never.
So that was my review of the parking lot of Mansfield. But we also have another review that we're going to do today. That is, we have another Saved by the Bell breakdown. And we're going to review. I gotta say, I asked my Facebook friends what their least favorite Saved by the Bell episode was, and this this came up a few times, and I have to agree. This is probably one of my lesser favorite episodes as well. This is from season 5, episode 10, the Rockumentary episode. And it tears me up. It tears me up, this episode, because
It tears you up, huh?
it tears me up, Frank. I'm just torn up because I love Zack Attack. I love the idea of Zack Attack being a band.
You like it?
I love Zack Attack. Are you kidding me?
What's your favorite Zack Attack song?
Oh, Friends Forever. They only had 3. It was
And they're all ballads.
yeah, they're all ballads.
Except that one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they have that Here Again on My Own. Did we ever stand a chance? That was the other one that they sang. And then if you want to count the one about the being in, school is a bore when you're indoors.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
Take us to the beach. Yeah, that one,
It was painful to watch. The whole thing. Because a third of the whole episode is just music videos. It's just them performing for 4 or 5 minutes at a time.
Yeah. But I gotta say, out of all the episodes of Saved by the Bell, this has a lot of action going down in it. A lot of it. A lot of fucking direction. A lot of fucking twists and turns in the Rockumentary.
Yeah, it's basically a behind the music.
It's a behind the music. It starts out with Casey Kasem.
Yeah, the
Casey Kasem. The voice of Scooby-Doo, everybody.
Can you do a Casey Kasem?
Hi, Frank. This is Casey Kasem. And right now, we're going to do the Rockumentary episode of Saved by the Bell. Was that good?
It's close. It's kind of, it's like Willem Dafoe doing Gary Busey. But
It was.
But when you think about that, that's sort of like Casey Kasem.
Yeah. You're absolutely correct, Frank. So,
well, there we go.
Casey Kasem opens up the show talking about how Zack Attack is as good as the Beatles and the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, it's like for some reason they just wrote an episode that's like they're famous and this is a documentary about the band.
And this is how it went down.
Yeah.
Casey Kasem's like, here we are at the motherfucking Friends Forever tour, but let's see how it started. And then they go to this fucking garage where they're practicing Friends Forever. And they're rocking out to Friends Forever in the garage, lip syncing. And I gotta say, I always love it when the gang lip syncs in any episode, but especially this. Oh, fuck, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Because sometimes I can't tell if it's really Zach or somebody else singing.
It's definitely not Zach singing, I don't think.
I don't know. It's good enough to where, like, if you were to say Mark Paul Glossier is a good singer, he's good enough, like, it would be that good. Right? Because it's not, like, great singing, but it's not bad singing either. It's the most average fucking singing in the world.
It's like, think of a very forgettable, like, 80s soft rock voice. Like, it works, but you're not going to be like, oh, you got to hear this guy.
Thought we'd always say forever.
And you know, at the beginning, Casey Kasem's like in the dressing room with them, and they're all famous, getting ready for a show. And he introduces everybody. He says Kelly's the lead singer, and you would never know it if he didn't mention it, because Zach's almost the only one who sings.
He's the only one that fucking sings.
Yeah.
All Kelly does in the fucking Zack Attack is shake her ass and slap a tambourine against her thigh. That's it.
She looks incredible in that episode, though. She's very hot.
Really? I always thought the Hot Sundays episode, where they were Hot Sundays, the Jesse caffeine pills, which I would like to address, by the way. That was the #1 most hated episode on my feed. Hated? Yeah, least favorite. And you know what? I applaud my fucking Facebook friends for fucking saying that. Fuck that episode. Fuck it. That is my least favorite as well.
Why?
Because it's just redundant. Like, that's because when people say, oh, you like Saved by the Bell? I like Saved by the Bell too. And then they fucking bring up that fucking episode. That's the fucking one you bring up when you bring up Saved by the Bell. You have 98 other episodes to fucking choose from. And 2 fucking movies. And 2 movies. You got the Hawaiian Paradise and goddamn Wedding in Vegas to pick from. And you're gonna fucking slap me in the face with Jesse's caffeine pills because
Yeah,
of
but
that
that
one
was just to
goddamn scene?
record with people, you know?
Listen, I'm not saying it wasn't an important episode. What I'm
Addiction's a real
saying is,
problem, Brian.
I'm just saying it's an annoying fucking episode, and I'm sick of fucking talking about it. And maybe that's why I fucking hate it.
I wonder if it's like how like a band gets annoyed if like their hit song isn't necessarily like one of their best songs and everyone requests that one song they know, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's like that. And Jesse's song is just the episode that everyone remembers because it's so
Yeah. Well,
over the top.
potatoes. When that comes to that, Frank.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, as they're practicing, fucking this dude just happens to be jogging by.
Yeah, it's going for a walk.
This
And he's
manager,
British.
fucking, and he's British. Fucking Brian Fate. Brian
His
Fate
name is
shows up.
Brian. Oh yeah, Fate.
Yeah,
Jesus.
because remember Casey was like, and just then, Fate was running past their door, and he runs and he goes, "Hi, hello, I'm Brian Fate, as played by Tom Hardy."
He kind of did.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Brian Fate comes in and signs into a fucking deal. Because that's what happens.
Yeah. Immediate. Just
Mm.
yep. Didn't have to check with his boss or anything.
Nothing. Just signs these motherfucking kids in the garage. And no parental consent. Ain't nothing. So anyway, they fucking skyrocket. They skyrocket. And fucking thought we'd always have a chance. Doesn't go platinum. You know where it goes, Frank? You know where it goes?
Where?
It went galactic. Because that is what it said in the goddamn newspaper article on the montage. Thought we'd always have a chance, goes galactic. I thought it was but then Michael Jackson and Madonna get played by the world's worst impersonators, give them the best person award at this fucking music show. And then Zach starts fucking up. Zach fucks up the speech. And he says, I want to thank everybody for listening to my music. And I was like, ooh.
Yeah, and he corrects himself though.
Uh-huh.
He goes,
Correct.
our music.
Sometimes you got to put that ego back. Sometimes the ego comes out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. It's really a shame because up to that point, they're just a happy family.
All a happy family.
But it's because of that bitch that got her hooks in them.
That bitch Mindy. That's right. Mindy, the publicist, gets her hooks into Zach. And while they're at the after party, after they won Best Person Ever award, fucking Lisa goes up to Zach and she's like, I got new costumes for us. And Zach was like, I fucking love these costumes, Lisa. They're absolutely tremendous. And that fucking bitch Mindy goes, no, we're working with the motherfucker that designed Cher's clothes. You can go fuck yourself, Lisa. And Zach told Lisa to go fuck herself.
Yeah, but in their defense, they're at an after party from a big award show, and she walks over with these giant, like, posters she had drawn. Why does she have those with her?
I put that in the notes. I said, that's a little too much, Lisa. That's a little too much.
Yeah,
not the time, not the place.
That's for the next, after the award show at rehearsal.
Yeah, I was thinking, guys, like the next day. I was thinking, guys, and to God, that's what you should have done. So anyway, Zach fucks the publicist, and then he starts to get a big head, and then the band breaks up, right? And Zach goes his own way. And then it reminded me, remember when Freddie Mercury split up with Queen, and he started doing his solo shit, and it was weird? No. Well, he did. It was in the movie. Did? He did. According to the movie, he did that, and he did a lot of drugs and men. But yeah, Freddie Mercury, he went off on his own, left Queen, and then I started thinking about like all the other artists that used to be in bands that went off that had like Phil Collins, like Easy, Ice Cube, right? Yeah. Who are some of yours, Frank? Lionel Richie, he's another one. Like I love solo Lionel Richie. Fuck the Commodores, but the Commodores still good.
I don't know if I know any Commodore songs. Do I?
Yeah, you know fucking Commodore songs. Everybody knows Commodore songs.
I mean, the biggest example of that has to be like Justin Timberlake or something, right?
Justin Timberlake is another motherfucker that did that shit, Frank. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, his entire career just reminds the other people from NSYNC how less talented they are.
Yeah, the Commodore sang Brick House.
Oh, okay, all right.
And easy like Sunday morning, right? That's a
Yeah,
fucking
but
comedy.
Lionel Richie's way better than that.
Yeah,
His
fuck
later,
dancing on the ceiling. Goddamn, dancing on
yeah,
the ceiling.
and it shows you who the brains were. You know,
Yeah. Now apparently the brains are not Zach. I mean, he was a sex god,
he's the
but
talent. Yeah.
he was talented, but um, you know, he didn't like it. He didn't like it. After the band broke up, do you remember what everybody did when they went their own separate ways, Frank?
I do. I have notes.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was funny. They broke up, and Zach says something. He walks out right before a show. He's like, "Well, see if you can do it without me." And then he leaves with Mindy or whatever her name is.
Yeah, that was a real shitty thing to do.
It was unprofessional.
Very unprofessional.
Fucking Yoko over there. Uh,
Yeah.
so Screech becomes a religious follower of the High Geek,
Yeah.
who's like a
Which
Buddhist
is
guy.
funny. Think about getting cast in Saved by the Bell,
It's a
right?
big deal at the time.
I guess, but what does that do? Like, how do they like? Do you think high geek is what they worded it on the script, and then that guy showed up to be a geek? Like, what do you think that does to these kids' psyche?
Oh, I don't know. It's got to be weird. It's like I think a lot about like kids, like actors and stuff who've only been cast in things because they're fat or because they're ugly or something.
Yeah, yeah, fucking chunk,
Yeah,
motherfucker, big
chunk.
chunk.
The '80s were pretty bad with that. You know,
They
a
were.
lot of
They.
teenagers.
You remember Ducktales?
Yeah.
Ducktales used to have. Remember Doofus from Ducktales? They used to have a dude on the fucking show named Doofus, and he
No.
looked like a fucking doofus. Google fucking Ducktales Doofus, and you're gonna fucking. He looks like a fucking doofus.
Oh yeah, yeah, the
He
big
looks like a
fat
fucking
nerdy guy.
doofus.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was like a Boy Scout or something.
yeah. They didn't give a fuck back then. 80s and
No.
90s were lit. They fucking called you the fuck out, whatever you
Yeah,
were, doofus.
but that means there is all these child actors doing these John Hughes movies and shit, and like their resume said something like where the casting director has like the type of actor they're looking for, you know, in the
Yeah.
call sheets or whatever. It would
Mhm.
probably said like overweight, unattractive, freckles, ugly.
Dude, I read for fucking Moonrise Kingdom, right?
You
And
did?
I did. And I was fucking reading for the part of get ready for this, Frank. Uh overweight man in Hawaiian shirt cooking hamburgers.
How did that come about? How did
I
that
know.
happen?
I was part of this talent casting thing and they just sent out emails. So yeah, so if they ever need overweight man in Hawaiian shirt flipping burgers, that's it.
Yeah, well, that's like the Quentin, what's his name, who we had on, who Katie's doing the podcast, the other
Yeah,
podcast with.
Quentin Lamar, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He said that he does a lot of acting and extra. He's an extra and a bunch of shit. And he said he's like, there's always people who need a big black guy,
Yeah.
and so that's why he gets cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, granted he's also talented, but that's on a lot of those sheets
Yeah. So that's who Screech went to see, the high geek, who probably has a fucking complex now.
for sure.
Kelly
Slater does.
Kapowski. Oh yeah, good.
Slater's like an evil Knievel type dude or something.
No,
Right?
he's a NASCAR driver. He was a NASCAR driver. See
Oh, that's what it was.
all the trophies. He had all the
I apparently
trophies.
got distracted during that.
Apparently, when you become a NASCAR driver, you get trophies like you would if you were fucking like little league and shit. He had all of his trophies. And Kelly Kapowski was a nun, and of course, Lisa became an American gladiator.
But
Now,
Kelly wasn't actually a nun.
oh yeah, that's right. She was playing one. She's a soap opera star.
Yeah.
And Zach looked very Justin Bieber in this episode. I'll say that.
He looked insane. So like it shows him go off as a solo artist and he blows up and he's huge, but his Yoko has him dressing like a psychopath.
Yeah,
Like an
yeah.
80s suit jacket thing with no shirt under. He's got tons of makeup on his face, big earrings, his hair's all crazy.
Looked like early Bieber.
His
And then
his hair
AC
looks sort of cool, but
Yeah. And then
yeah.
AC Slater gets into a car wreck and he's in the hospital. And everybody comes together. And Screech married a cheerleader. And
Yep.
fucking Lisa's dressed like a nun. And Lisa's dressed like an American gladiator. Kelly's dressed like a nun because nobody could change up on their way to the fucking hospital. And then they all get together and rejoin the band like nothing fucking happened.
Do you remember how fast Slater was going when he crashed?
No, how fast is he going?
He said 275 miles an hour.
That is fast.
Do any cars go that fast?
I do not believe they do.
And he had a cast on his leg, a cast on his arm, and a neck brace.
Yeah. And then at the end of this, it turns out that this is all just a fucking wet dream for Zach Morris.
Yeah, it's
It
like
turns
Mario
out
2.
it's like Mario 2. Exactly. He Mario 2'd this shit,
Yeah,
which is
fuck that.
amazing. Because in his dreams, he became the biggest piece of shit ever. Like,
I mean,
ever.
that's like a big wake up call, maybe. Maybe that's his inner psyche kind of talking to him.
No, because if that was the thing, he would have came out when he woke up and said, "Hey guys, look, I'm sorry if I've been acting like a fucking asshole."
That's true. He
Yeah.
needs to do some mushrooms, I think.
Mm.
Mushrooms would kind of be like, hey, man, think through this shit a little more. You're not being cool.
Yeah. Well, what do you give this, Frank, on a scale of 1 to whatever? What do you give the rockumentary on your fucking list of fucking shit that we broke down?
You want to try that one more time?
I do not. I would like for you to just throw out a number.
I'd give it a 3. 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. I'm gonna give this one a 2. And that's just where I'm at with that. Just not my favorite episode, but I do love Zack Attack. You know what? I'm gonna boost it up to a 3. I'm gonna go 3 on that.
3, huh?
Yeah. With that being said, I want to thank everybody that sends in their contributions to the show, whether it be questions for the puberty guy. We've been getting questions for the puberty lady. And that we're gonna have to have the puberty lady on to answer some of that shit.
We've been getting puberty lady questions.
Puberty lady questions, yes.
But they know I'm the puberty guy. I'm not the puberty lady.
Yes, we're gonna have to find a puberty lady.
I can answer the lady questions. Why can't I answer the lady questions?
Because I have the perfect idea on who can answer the puberty question. I'm just gonna make a call to my aunt and see if she's available to come on and answer some puberty questions. Right. Another thing that we have been getting lately is Crystal has been going ham on pictures of her hand for Frank. And
pictures of a hand. Of all the pictures I thought a listener might send us. A bunch of
all the things we get, so it started out with this one, right, Frank? Just a nice hand in the window, right? It's just a hand in the window. Describe it to everybody, Frank.
Your picture's kind of frozen right now, if I'm being entirely honest.
Oh, can you see this now?
No, you're frozen. It's just a pixelated face, your face smiling.
Oh, well, that ain't that a bitch, Frank.
You want to text it to me? Oh, no, you're back now.
All right, so here we go. Here's the hand.
All right, yeah.
It's the one against the window.
Yeah, she has holding her hand up in front of a window with some sun coming through it, and she's got long nails, so the sun's hitting the parts that stick out, and it looks like her fingertips are glowing.
That's right. That's a very good description of that picture, Frank. And if anybody watches, our YouTube page, if this video makes it, you'll get to see that hand. And now, Frank, describe this one for me.
That's a picture of some body part that should never be photographed. I can't even look at the screen. It's gross, and I don't like it. And her hand looks...
Just look at it.
The fingernails are way too long. They're way too long. The fingernails are too long. I can't do it. They're way too long.
Yeah, but they're fingernails, and it's a female fingernail. It's supposed to be long.
They're not. It's not a good thing to have them that long.
All right.
It's gross. I don't like it. No offense. I'm sure her hands are very nice.
Well, because you won't even look at them, Frank.
I looked. She's just sending pictures of her fingertips with her fingernails.
Yeah, we've been getting a ton of them. There's a ton. Look, this is all 10 fingers, Frank. Does that one freak you out?
No, now it's frozen on the fingernails.
It's fantastic.
It freaks me out a little. I don't like fingernails.
Listen, man. It's just nice when people send us stuff. Laurie sent a very nice message the other day. Laurie,
I appreciate her. I'm glad she listens. Oh, you're back now. Here you are.
Yeah, no. Laurie sent me things. She was listening to the puberty episode, and we were talking about our first experiences seeing penises. and Lori shared her first experience with a penis, and I wanted to share it with you, Frank.
I would love to hear that.
She goes, so the first penis I ever saw was the first day of my freshman year when a kid went streaking during lunch in the hallway. I was a very innocent girl and I was in shock. Do you remember the incident? I forget the guy's name, but he said he did it to celebrate the Greek Olympics. Uh,
I like the idea of a dumb high school kid doing that, but they in their head they have like a real reason. Like, no, I'm
yeah,
doing this to raise awareness for the Armenian genocide or something. You know?
yeah, and then she goes, the second penis I saw was Tommy Lee because I looked up the Tommy Lee and Pamela video. Everyone kept talking about it. He has a huge penis. I understand what that meant, so I looked it up. Okay, I
She
am
went
done.
from the guy in the hallway and being traumatized because she was sheltered to watching a home porn movie.
Yeah, she
That's
she
a
went.
big jump.
Yeah. But yeah, no. In my high school, there was a kid that he went streaking, and he went streaking and said it was for the fucking Greek Olympics. He said he, and that's why he did it. And I didn't bother to Google anything to see if that was true or not. Up to
Who
this
cares
episode,
if it's? I hope it is true.
I hope
I
it's
hope
not.
I hope he loves it so much. He's like, Olympics, and then he just rips his clothes off.
But I do remember that. The things high school kids did. If anybody went streaking in your high school, let us know.
Brian, have you gone streaking? Do you go? Have you ever been streaking?
I haven't been streaking. I have been skinny dipping though. I have done that. I have done
Yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah. I didn't like it
Why not?
because I was in a pond and I thought a fish was gonna bite my penis.
Yeah, I don't like that idea.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was drunk. I was drunken in high school and I thought it'd be a good idea. Oh, and then I was also naked in Hawaii while I was swimming. I did that.
Where?
We were in the ocean, in the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, it wasn't a nude beach.
No, no, no. We went into the water, and
You and
and
Craig.
it was Craig. It was me, Craig Gass, and Jason Stewart, another comedian. He's out in West Coast, up in Port. And what the fuck? Where's he living now? I think still in Seattle, but he's from Seattle. And we went out and we had to like fight the fucking rocks in the current, and then we finally get to the sandbar, right? And like we fucking trekked out there, man, and those rocks were sharp as shit. We fought it, and we finally made it. And Jason's sitting there and he's just relaxing. He's like, I'm in the Pacific Ocean right now. And then Craig's like, yeah, man, we're in the Pacific Ocean. And then I just took off my bottoms and I started waving them around my head. I'm in the Pacific Ocean. And then I had to put them back on because everybody at the resort was watching me naked in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
there
that's
was
cool.
that. Yeah. Everybody thought, fucking dolphin was coming to show us my dick.
Yeah.
My
Was
dolphin
it bobbing
dick.
up and down and?
Yeah, it was bobbing up and down. I laid on my back and did the thing where the dolphin
It has
stands on its
fins?
tail. Yeah, it's got fins. Like, yeah, all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Uh,
sweet.
Well, all right, everybody. Thank you for listening. If you got anything you want us to talk about, if you have a favorite Saved by the Bell episode, an episode that you hate, an episode you want us to break down, anything like that, let us know. Take pictures of your hands. Send them in so Frank can break down your fingertips.
Or any other body part. We'll do body part breakdown.
Yeah, we can do a whole body part breakdown, but if it could be the hand specifically, that would be the best.
Or other ones too. That's fine.
Gripping things. Put your hand in some Play-Doh and squeeze it. Or like dirty fingernails. Frank hates that shit. Dirty fingernails is the shit. A pile of fingernails. Send it in. Frank will
Don't
break it down.
send that in.
Send in your fingernails. But thank you everybody for listening. Make sure you subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/wickedfunnypodcast. You can go to wickedfunnypodcast.com. And thank you very much for listening. We'll see you next time. Frank, you got anything?
Nope.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. All right, I am done recording.
Me too.
Okay.
So do you have
All
to
right,
go?
Yeah, I got to go right away. I got a heart out. I got to go.
All right. All right.
I'll
I'll talk to you later on. Have fun.
Peace.